When Aunt Martha moved in after my parents passed, she brought more than just her luggage. She brought rules. The biggest one was displayed on my bedroom door, handwritten on a fancy cardstock. In this house, we embrace elegance. Therefore, only dresses are to be worn. Welcome, Petra. I stared at it, my stomach a knot of confusion and resentment. Petra? Dresses? I thought it was a joke, a weird, grieving-induced joke. But Aunt Martha was utterly serious. Her belief wasn't just a quirk, it was a philosophy, a feminization program, she called it. She insisted that the act of wearing soft fabrics, of moving with intention, of presenting oneself with grace, cultivated empathy, kindness, and a deeper understanding of the world. Peter, she'd said, her voice gentle but leaving no room for argument, from now on, at home, you are Petra. The clothes don't change you, my dear. They simply reveal what's already there. My initial protests were met not with anger, but with stories, tales of her travels, of the subtle power of a gentle demeanor, of how true strength often lies in softness. She was a master negotiator in silk and pearls. And so my jeans and t-shirts vanished. In their place, a sea of satin, lace, and pastels flooded my closet. Today, like every day now, I stood before the full-length mirror. This time, it was a dress of the softest blush pink, with a lace collar that tickled my neck and a skirt that swished when I moved. "Just look at yourself, Petra," Aunt Martha murmured, her eyes shining with an artist's pride as she adjusted the sash at my waist. "This shade implements your complexion beautifully. It speaks of springtime and gentle mornings." Beside her, on its little velvet stand, sat the family heirloom, a delicate porcelain doll we called the Saint Lady. Her painted eyes seemed to watch me, judging my posture, my grace. "Remember, Petra," Aunt Martha continued, her voice a soft lesson, "this isn't about vanity, it's about finesse. It's about understanding the quiet power of being gentle. Now, walk for me. Let the dress teach you." I took a breath and walked. I had learned how to minimize my stride, to let my hips sway just so, to keep my shoulders back and my chin level. It was a strange, deliberate dance. "Excellent choice, Martha! Petra looks divine!" chimed a voice from the doorway. It was Miss Lavinia, Aunt Martha's best friend, a woman who shared her beliefs and always smelled of rosewater. She floated over and placed a delicate silver tiara on my head. "Now, walk around, feel the dress, let it teach you about elegance." I did, and the strangest thing began to happen. The skepticism started to melt away, replaced by a dawning curiosity. The fabric did feel different. It demanded a different kind of awareness. I started to notice how shopkeepers smiled softer, how people held doors open longer when I was out with Aunt Martha. The world responded to Petra differently than it did to Peter. One sunny afternoon, Aunt Martha dropped the bombshell. "Petra, my dear," she said, her eyes twinkling with a thrilling mix of excitement and mischief, "I think it's time we take this charm of yours out for a spin in the real world, just for fun, to see." My heart leapt into my throat. Outside? But what if someone recognizes me? "They will see a lovely young lady enjoying the day with her aunt," she stated, as if it were the simplest truth in the world. "Now, the blue powder, I think." The world outside our door felt like a different planet. The air itself seemed charged. Every sound was sharper, every color brighter. I clutched my small beaded purse like a lifeline. But Aunt Martha was right. No one pointed, no one laughed. A woman stopped us to say, "What a beautiful dress, young lady." An older gentleman tipped his hat. We browsed in boutiques, had tea at a little cafe, and even went to a matinee. Through it all, I was treated with a kindness and respect that felt new. It was a liberating anonymity. I wasn't Peter, the orphan boy. I wasn't even fully Petra, the project. I was just me. A person in a beautiful dress seeing the world through a gentler, more graceful lens. In the dim light of the movie theater, Aunt Martha leaned over and whispered, her voice thick with emotion, "You see, my dear? The world sees the beauty and grace I see every day. You're not just wearing a dress. You're wearing confidence. You're wearing kindness. And people respect beauty in all its forms." Returning home that evening was bittersweet. As I unzipped the blue dress, I felt the pang of nostalgia. The silk pooled at my feet, but the feeling it gave me, that assured, graceful feeling, lingered on my skin. Aunt Martha hugged me tightly, a tear tracing a path through her powder. "You did wonderfully, Petra, more than you know." And for the first time, I truly, deeply believed her. But as she pulled away, she held my shoulders, her expression shifting to one of loving seriousness. "The outside world was the final test, and you asked beautifully, which means you're ready for the next stage." She gestured to the Saint Lady doll. "It's time you learned about the society she represents, our society, the one you're now prepared to join."